Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome to the first day of Unit 5, Lesson 12, where we are talking about adding animal weights. Before we get started with adding animal weights, I have a practice problem for you. Now, just like the other resources that we will be using throughout this lesson, you can find this sheet either in your math journal on page 91, or if you happen to not have your math journal, you can find this sheet in the lesson folder for today's lesson, which you can access or get to by clicking on the picture of the math journal on the first slide of today's lesson. Okay? Now, here's our practice problem. It wants you to use this number grid, okay? It says start at 44, count up 21 spaces. Where did you land? So we're starting at 44 and counting up 21 spaces. Where did you land? I would also like for you, once you have figured out what number you land on, somewhere in the open space, I would like for you to write a number model for me, okay? A number model that shows 44 plus 21 equals what? All right? And then you're going to show an adult, a sibling, or a friend at home what you did to solve 44 plus 21, okay? And then once you've finished this sheet, you are going to take a picture of your work and insert it on the second slide of today's lesson. All right. Now let's go ahead and get working on our adding animal weights. So here I have this sheet, okay? And what we are going to do is you will have access again to these cards in our lesson folder for today's lesson, which you can find by clicking on the math journal picture on the first slide. These are just some of the cards, so you had an idea of what I was referring to. Okay, you are going to pick two animals, okay, and you are going to write what those animals are on these two lines, okay, and you will write down their weights. Okay, so for example, maybe you could choose a starfish, so you would write starfish here and then 10 here. Okay, and then you would pick another animal and do the same thing, write their weight. Okay, now my suggestion for you might be maybe try pushing yourself. Okay, maybe you should try picking two-digit animals. So for example, maybe a starfish and an octopus. Those both have 2 digits. Let's push ourselves a little bit, challenge ourselves, okay? And if you don't feel comfortable doing that, that is okay too. I just encourage you to try it if you feel comfortable doing so, okay? Then, after you've picked your animals and their weights, it says, what is the total weight of the animals you chose? So you are going to have to add your two weights together and write the answer here. For this part, you are going to choose a math tool that we have used before. Maybe a number grid or a number line. Maybe you happen to have base 10 blocks at home or counters that you could use, okay? Any tool that we have used in the past to help us add two numbers together, you are more than welcome to use, okay? So you will add the two weights together, write your answer here. And then in words down here, you are going to write what tool you used. Okay, so if you used a number grid, you will write number grid. If you used a number line, and so on, okay? And then you are going to draw a picture to show how you used your tool. So for example, if you have a number grid, drawing your hops on there. Or same thing with a number line, showing your hops. If you use base 10 blocks, drawing those base 10 blocks to show me what your total looks like, okay? Once you have finished this page, you are going to take a picture of your work and you will insert it on the second slide of today's lesson. If you have any questions or issues with anything, please do not hesitate to reach out.